Hello everybody, it's TannerFishies here, back again with a new Ninjago video here on the channel. In today's video, we're going to be stepping away from the continuity of the Ninjago show and the Ninjago series, and we're going to be discussing the overall Ninjago community and some of the concerns that I'm seeing right now revolving around the Ninjago Drought, if you will, of 2021. Now, what exactly do I mean by Ninjago Drought? Well, I'm sure a lot of you guys have pretty much realized at this point that we're probably not going to be getting any more Ninjago-based content, at least in terms of the show and the sets, until next year. At the earliest, December of this year, I would predict. But more than likely, we're not going to be seeing new Ninjago content for the next season or the next line of the sets until 2022, and considering how it's only June of 2021, almost July, we're almost there, it seems like the Ninjago scene over the next few months is going to be kind of boring and kind of dry, hence a Ninjago Drought of 2021. I've seen a lot of people complain that there's hardly anything to talk about for Ninjago, and I've even seen a few content creators straight up question whether or not they want to continue making videos anymore, just because of this Ninjago Drought, which is interesting to me. The majority of the fan base seems to at least have some type of concern regarding the Ninjago Drought, and I do agree that we are kind of in some type of Ninjago Drought, at least for the rest of the year, but we gotta look back at the year of 2021 as it is, and just realize how much we actually got this year, because it's a lot more than what we usually get for any given year for Ninjago content, and it's only June, like I said, and there are still more things to come, so if you want to hear a little bit more of what's to come for Ninjago this next year, feel free to stick around. In terms of what we had so far this year, we had some pretty big things. For one, Ninjago celebrated its 10th anniversary, which I celebrated here on the channel by running a 10-hour long live stream, hosting several trivia contests and whatnot. If you guys were there, you were there. It was a pretty cool time, so we celebrated doing that. But the Ninjago scene as a whole was celebrating the 10 years of Ninjago's existence, which is just crazy. There are not a lot of LEGO themes, let alone original IPs for LEGO, that run this long. This is an insane achievement for the LEGO group and the Ninjago team, and as such, the 10th anniversary was a big deal this year. We had a lot of tie-in media for the 10 years of Ninjago, including several collectible Golden Ninja that you could find in various Ninjago Legacy sets this year. So obviously the Ninjago scene was busy celebrating the 10th anniversary, but we also had a whole bunch of other things happen as well, including the 10th anniversary Ninjago Legacy Reimagined Shorts, which were a series of short movies uploaded to YouTube pretty much every week. They were about maybe 4 to 5 minutes in length, and these shorts gave us retellings of the Ninjago that we know and love. There was a little bit of controversy surrounding the shorts at the time of their release because, you know, they were different, and in the Ninjago community, we don't like different things, not speaking for everybody here, but the Ninjago Legacy shorts overall were very well received, and I thought it was a very cool experiment that the Ninjago team tried to do. We also had a couple of Ninjago things happen in the show, specifically the Island and Seabound. The Island, of course, came out earlier this year, and Seabound pretty much wasted no time coming immediately after the Island wrapped up. The Island was only 4 episodes in length, while Seabound itself was more akin to an actual Ninjago season. The Island and Seabound, like I said, both came out relatively early this year, and that's part of the reason why we're seeing a Ninjago Drought, if you will, right now. We already got our 2 slots this year for the seasons, so we're probably not going to be seeing all that much in terms of the show, at least for the rest of the year. But like I just said, we got almost 2 seasons, it was more like 1.5 seasons, if you will, of Ninjago content early on this year. That's kind of crazy. A lot of us were very surprised that Seabound pretty much wasted no time following the Island, and I agree it is kind of cool to see, I guess, 2 major Ninjago chapters in the TV show come out so soon after one another, but like I said, this does kind of leave things open for the rest of the year. We also got a large plethora of Ninjago sets this year so far. We got an initial wave of Ninjago Legacy, along with various sets for the Island and Seabound respectively, but the Seabound sets are not out everywhere just yet. In my country and pretty much the rest of North America, we're still waiting on these sets to come out in this region. I know some people have ordered them overseas, but considering how that's kind of expensive, I'm not really one to do that. I can wait for another month, you know? So like I said, we had more than usual already for the Ninjago year. It's only June, like I said, almost July, and we've had a ridiculous amount of stuff this year. It's quite impressive how much the Ninjago team pushed out this year, and like I said, the fact that we already had a bunch of stuff come out is quite impressive. Not a lot of other Ninjago years have done this, but it is a shame that the year is only about halfway done at this point, and there's not a lot coming out later on this year. If you wanted to pinpoint an actual issue and maybe find what the problem is, I feel like they focused too much this year on the 10th anniversary. Now, like I said, the 10th anniversary was a major thing for the Ninjago series. Like I said, not a lot of other LEGO themes have even went to that degree, and Ninjago really pushed hard for this 10-year anniversary. They gave us a really awesome set in the form of the Ninjago City Gardens, which I still have proudly displayed on my shelf. In several cases, the island was also tied in as part of the 10-year anniversary, being labeled in some areas of the world as a 10th anniversary special. That's why it was only 4 episodes in length. Ninjago pushed hard for their 10-year anniversary, like they should have. I feel like that's totally necessary. The only issue is now it kind of leaves us open for the rest of the year. Seabound also came out way too early, and that's also something that I can kind of push into this. A lot of the Ninjago staff was not expecting Seabound to release that early, and even people like Tommy Andresen, one of the co-creators of the entire Ninjago scene, was pretty much silent on Twitter for a long while after Seabound started trickling out because he thought it was way too early, and I kind of agree with the guy. I mean, if Seabound were to have been delayed a little bit more and maybe would have come out in the summer like it was supposed to, we probably would still be talking about Seabound right now, and Seabound would probably still be airing. I feel like that would have been better than just having both seasons come out earlier this year, but like I said, the Ninjago team didn't really have anything to do with that. It's more of the fault of various TV stations and other types of media like that pushing out the seasons a little early. Like I said though, Seabound could have come out later and solved a lot of these issues. If Seabound would have been airing right now, say if we were only about halfway through Seabound, I feel like the rest of the year would be a little more tolerable. Seabound also had a very weird release because 2 countries were releasing them at once, and one country was releasing 2 episodes every week, and then another country came out and decided to basically air all the episodes at once, thus creating more confusion and less time for Seabound to settle. If Seabound had more time to actually develop and make its way to the Ninjago fanbase as a full-on season, you know, at a steady pace, then I feel like once again this drought thing wouldn't really be as much of an issue as it might be right now. So if you wanted to pinpoint an actual problem, that's basically what I would say. I feel like the reason why a lot of Ninjago stuff came out early this year was to build up hype for that 10th anniversary, which was obviously in January, pretty early in the year. Like I said, the drought is still there in the community, but we still have things coming out this year, so let's get into that. What's next for Ninjago this year? Well, for 2021, we still have the release of the Ninjago Seabound sets in North America. I know the majority of the world already has them, along with the couple of legacy sets that are still scheduled for this year, but we don't get those sets until August, unfortunately. Like I said, I'm patient though, I can wait for that. But Ninjago fans in North America, you still have the Ninjago Seabound sets, as well as the summer 2021 legacy sets to look forward to. Also, we do have leak season coming up soon. You know, a lot of Ninjago leaks are always very prevalent in the community when they come out, and myself and several other Ninjago YouTubers do make videos on leaks, and leak season is almost right around the corner. I expect to be seeing Ninjago leaks for 2022 anywhere from August to September. So if the Ninjago community gets a fair amount of leaks from, say, August to the end of the year, that should basically tide fans over. It's almost a matter of getting to leak season before the drought can actually end. In terms of Ninjago leaks though, like I said, they are legally questionable. I know there have been some big names in the community actually going out of their way to leak things, and like I said, legal reasons aside, it does provide a lot of content for the Ninjago community, so I do understand why leakers are so adamant about getting information out there. It does a lot to build discussion and build hype for the next year of Ninjago. Unfortunately, like I said, there is that matter of legality, which is questionable to say the least. But like I said, leak season is right around the corner, so hopefully you guys are still looking forward to that. In terms of official Ninjago content, we actually do have something coming out this year that does tie into the TV show, and that is the Spinjitzu Brothers series of books. Like I mentioned in several videos before, these books will kind of tackle a prequel, if you will, kind of showcasing the adventures of a young Wu and a young Garmadon. So we're going to be seeing those books released at some point this year. I know some parts of the world already have them according to my comments section, but we don't have them here just yet. And I feel like a large majority of Ninjago fans don't have these books either just yet, so we have that to look forward to as well. These books will indeed tie into the TV show, like I said, so it's almost like getting TV show content. It's almost like getting a Ninjago prequel, if you will. And there's probably some other things coming out this year for Ninjago that I missed, you know, smaller things coming out sometime this year that I'm forgetting, but I think the big things that are going to be happening for the rest of this year are the release of the Spinjitzu Brothers books, leak season, and of course the release of the Seabound sets in the rest of the world that doesn't already have them. In terms of my plan, what exactly do I plan to do until then? Like I said, lots of other content creators are complaining over the lack of content, so what exactly am I going to do? Well, my plan for right now is to kind of remake a couple of older videos, maybe top 10s and some other ranking lists that need to be updated after Seabound's release. That is kind of a perk of not having another Ninjago season for the next several months. It does give me a chance to remake some of those older videos and make them a little bit more up to date. And of course, there are other topics that I want to discuss as well. Like I said, the Ninjago Seabound sets come out later on this year for me, so I'm going to be getting those and reviewing those on the channel, so stay tuned for those. We also have a giveaway coming out soon on the channel for 100,000 subscribers, and that'll come out when the actual release of the Seabound sets happens in my country, so in August as well. So those of you guys asking about the giveaway, stay tuned for that. It's on the way. We just gotta wait until the sets actually release in my country. So it's not like I don't have plans, is what I'm trying to say. say. It's not like I don't have stuff to talk about on the channel, I certainly do. There are other things coming out that's not Ninjago related that I want to talk about on this channel as well for the rest of the year, so I'm going to be busy with content is what I'm trying to say. I think other Ninjago YouTubers can totally make content as well in this Ninjago drought, if you will, but the point of this video was to kind of discuss that even though Ninjago is kind of in some type of drought right now, it's not like there isn't things to talk about, and it's not like there aren't things coming out. Ninjago 2021 still has a lot to offer, and I for one can't wait to see what the series is going to bring us for the rest of this year. That'll pretty much wrap it up for this video here today, you guys, just discussing the Ninjago drought, if you will, of 2021. Leave all your thoughts down below regarding this, and what are you most looking forward to throughout the rest of this year? Leave all your thoughts down below in the comments, and hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Like I said, that's going to pretty much wrap it up for this video here today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and check out the links down below in the description from other forms of social media. As always, big shout out goes out to my Patreon supporters, including once again the marvelous Jan. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video once again. My name is TannerFishies, and with that I bid you farewell.